Hello friends, welcome back. So in the previous video we have created our login form, sign up form. So this was the sign up form which we created in the previous video. We have applied HTML, CSS, bootstrap and PHP and mysql. We have stored our data also in the database which we have taken from the user. So now in this video we will create a login form. So the data is also stored. Okay, so in this video we are going to create the login form. If you have not seen the sign up form video, I will give the link in the description of that video, so you can just refer that video and continue with us. So this is the second part of our video. The first part was on sign up form. Now we will work on the login form. Okay, now go to your htdocs or www folder, and now here we will create new file, login.php, and we'll open it with our text editor. And first of all we will include the bootstrap class which we have included in our header. So we'll include header here, which is in includes folder. So this was our sign up form, code of our sign up form. Okay, we have added the header here. Now we will work or we will give a title to our page, which will be and we'll close our head here. We are closing our head here and giving title here because we have in the header we have not closed the head tag and we have not given the title. That's why we are closing head and giving title and head, closing head here. Okay, now we will create body and close the HTML tag. Okay, now we will create first of all we will work with bootstrap and we'll create a container, this class container, this class login form, and call md4, and one more class we will use is offset md4. These are all bootstrap 4 classes, and one more class which we will use is jumbotron. Okay, now here we will close all the divs. Okay, now let us check our browser. Localhost project folder, there login. Okay, it's good. Now we will apply some style in our jumbotron. Margin top we will give it as 40 pixels. Okay, we will get it as 50 will be okay. 50 is okay. And here we will give our form, open our form tag. The bootstrap work is now complete, and we will give method post. Okay, and at the end I will close the form tag. Okay, Now I will create, I will use a bootstrap class for form, which is form group, and we will use the input field. Basically, in our login form, we will take two things from the user, which will be email and the password. Okay, so here we will put input type email, name we will give it as mail, and class we will give it as form control. And we will give the label HTML5 tag label, we will get as email. Okay, and we will close the div here. Okay, now what we will do is we'll give it a heading h2 find center sign up form, login form, log in form. Here on the title we will have given wrong. That's not a big mistake. H2. Okay, so it's coming a little much down. So in the jumbotron, we will change the padding top to 20 pixels. Now let's check padding top. Okay, yes, it's looking good now. After this, we will use a BR tag after the heading, so it will separate it. Yes. Now one more field we will, which I told we will take, is password. Type will be password, and we'll give it a name as pass. Okay, so save it, refresh it, email password. Okay, everything's looking good. And one more thing we will add is we will add will be a checkbox. You would have been seen in Facebook that there's a checkbox like keep me logged in. So like that we will create. Checkbox, and name we will give it as check. And class form control, we will not give it a class. On name we will give, but class we will not mention it. Okay. And here we will write keep me logged in. Yes, looks good. Here we can add one more thing, which is add NBSP. We are adding this for this space, giving a little space between. So here you can see a little space been given over here. Okay. So now at the end we will add a button. We'll add a button. Input type give it as submit, and we will give it a name submit, and value will write login. And what else we need, and we'll give it a class we are forgetting. We'll give it as btn success. Okay, it's looking good, but we will put it in center. We'll use the center tag. Okay, now it looks well, but we will put it, this will be our tag. Okay, but here's still a lot spaces remaining. We will do in the jumbotron, we will add padding bottom, and in the bottom we will give 10 pixels. Now let us check. Okay, now it looks good. Yes, it looks fine now. Okay, so the HTML and bootstrap work we have done. Now we will work on the PHP work. So here we have taken value, a name, submit in the button, and the form method is post. So first of all we will write if set $_post and the name of the button, which is submit. Okay, now we will take the values from the user, or the $_post, and the name, and password, post, and the user has given. Now we will validate our fields. Means we will check if empty $email. We will echo out an error which will be under message. We will echo out it. With a div class error. Please enter your email, and we'll close the div here. Over here we will create the variable sage /star, and now we will echo out the error over here. PHP echo $message. Okay, now let us check. So if the user has not written any email here and clicks on login, so here as an error has been generated, please enter your email. We have not applied any style on the error, class error which we have created. So now we will apply an class type equals to text slash css, and we'll close the style tag here. Not this is open style. Okay, is error. Change the color to red. Yes, the color is now red. Error message. Okay, now the same we will do with our password field. The message we will give as message2, and please enter your password. Okay, then here we will write message2. What just happened? Okay, and we'll echo out the error message over here. PHP echo dollar message2. Okay, now we'll check it out. If the user has written an email and not written any password, he has left blank, so there will be an error that please enter your password. Now what is happening, the email was okay, even the user has written, but the password was not written, so the value has been gone. So what we will do is we will echo out the value. We will echo out the value in the mail, input type mail. Value will give it as value PHP echo dollar email. Okay, with the top we will create one variable called email. Just check. Now the user has written an email and he has left the password field blank, so he is showing please enter your password, and the email input field, the email still exists. So now we will check if the email which the user is writing here, typing here, does it exist in the database or not. If this is our database, so we'll check the data in the database, the email exists or not. If the email exists, then we will echo out no error, but if the email doesn't exist, we will echo out an error that email doesn't exist. So in the previous video we have created a function, we named it as email exist. Okay, now the same we will do in the login one. Here it will be else if. Okay, else if we will call out our function email exists, and we'll pass two parameters in it, which will be email and connection. Okay, so if the email exists, then no error, but if the email doesn't exist, then we'll echo out an error. We'll echo out an error in this only, dollar message only, because the error will be generated over that only. The error will be email doesn't exist. So first of all, we have to include that files also. we have to include the config file and the config file and the functions file both, because in the config file we have the variable connection and in the function we have our function. Okay, so we'll include both the files here. Include functions.php. Before that we will include configs.php. Okay, so I'll check any mail. So here you can see there's a mail exists which is gaurav123@gmail.com, and there is another no same email there. So I'll write a wrong email which doesn't exist in the database, which is gaurav@gmail.com. So this email doesn't exist in the database gaurav@gmail.com. So you can see gaurav@gmail.com doesn't exist. Okay, and I'll type some password. So here an error has been generated which is email does not exist. And now if the email exists, so this is gaurav123@gmail.com and it exists in our database. Wrong password. So there is no error generated. Okay, so now that thing is working fine. Okay, now if the email exists, we will check the password entered by the user is right or not. Okay, if the email exists, we will create a variable called pass, and we will pass run and query mysql query. We will pass two parameters in our query, which will be connection, and another will be we will select password from the table name, which is users, where mail equals to $email. Here we have used where mail because in our database we have created a field name mail. Okay, and the password we have used because in the database the field of password is password. Okay, so we have run and query. Now we will fetch out the password. So we will run another query. We'll name it as we will not run and query. We will fetch out the data from it. Pass. Okay, I'll name it as passw and mysql fetch underscore array, and we'll take the query output. And now we will create another variable called dpass, which is database extracted password, fetched password, which will be $pass, and here we will password. So now I'll explain you the queries what we have done here. So this query do, it will select the password from users, the table users, where email equals to $email. Means the user has written that with the email the user has written, it will fetch out the password from the email where the email equals to the user's email. Okay, and there it will fetch out the password. Okay, select the password from there. Now in this second line we are fetching out the array. We are correcting it into an array, and then here we are fetching out the array which is password. Okay, the password is field which is in the database. Okay, here we have created the field password. Okay, to show you I'll just echo out this message. Okay, So this email exists and we'll type a wrong password. Okay, it's showing an error. Cannot use object of as an array. Okay, array. Okay, I've done a wrong message here. It will be $pass underscore w. Here the variable we have created. Okay. So it has generated an encrypted password of the user. So this is the encrypted password which we have in the previous video, which we have encrypted and sent to our database. So here you can see the encrypted password, and this is the password of the user, encrypted one. So this is the encrypted password. Now what we will do is check whether the password is same or not. We will do is if $password and the password which user enters, this password, is not equal to the password which we have retrieved or from the database, fetched from the database, then we will echo out an error that $h2 that the password is wrong. If the password is not equal to the fetched password from the database, then it will echo out an error which is password is wrong. Okay, now let us check. Basically now it will show an error because we have not encrypted our password is wrong. Okay, first of all what we have to do is encrypt the password also. We'll create another field and name it as pass, and we will encrypt our password by MD5 encryption, this password which user has written. $password, we'll encrypt it and then we will check whether the password exists or not, because the user is typing up a plain password which is not encrypted, but in the database we have stored the encrypted password. That's why we are using that MD5 encryption. Now I am typing the password, so it has not echoed any error message, means that the password is same. Okay, we will echo out a message that okay, we will echo out a message that you are logged in. It means if the email and the password is right, then we will log in the user. Then the user has logged in successfully. Okay, the password was I wrote was right, so the error it has generated that message. It has generated that you are logged in. So if the user logged in, we will not show this message that you are logged in. Yeah, we will show it, but we will show it in another page. We will create a page called header profile.php, which we will create in our next lecture. So this will be header location. This thing is used to redirect location We will give it as profile.php. Okay, profile.php will create profile.php. I will remove this thing and we will create one more page which will be profile.php. Project folder, profile.php. Now let us check it out. So this is profile.php. If that code runs, means if the password and everything is right, what will it do is, okay, let me show what will it do first of all. Okay, now if the user has typed right mail and the right password, then we'll let the user logged in to a new page which is profile.php. okay, if anything is wrong, then the error will be generated. Okay, the user will not be sent to the profile page, and here we will echo you are logged in. So we have completed our login page completely with validation. And talking about this keep me logged in, we will work on this in the next lecture, where we will create a profile page. In that profile page, what we will do is we will display the user's profile image and its complete details. And one more thing we will do is we will make an option to change the password of the user which is logged in. And the next lecture will be very important because it will be very awesome. So that's it. One more thing we can do is I'll add a background image. ID body picture. I'll just copy out the background image from the previous video which we have used. And we'll give the here ID body bg. So this looks beautiful, plus it is responsive. Now this will look like in mobile, it will look like this. Our login form will look like this, and in the tablet it will look like this. One more thing which we can do is in the sign up form, we will create a link here that already registered. In many pages you would have seen forms that already registered, which will okay, we will create it here. HRES equals to login.php, php and already registered. If the user is already registered, then it can click this link and go to the login page. Okay. I'll give a BR tag over here. One more thing I will do is we will give padding bottom over this form because there's a lot space down which is left. in the jumbotron, the class jumbotron, we will provide padding bottom. Give it as 20 pixels. Let me just check. So padding spelling. Yes, now it's look good. And if the user exists, then what we will do is click on already registered, which will let him to go to the login page. Okay, so from here he will log in and go to the profile page. Okay, in the next video we will create a beautiful profile page that if the user logs in, then we will create a beautiful profile page. So thank you guys for watching this video. So subscribe this channel and press the bell icon to get notified for the next video. Thank you guys.